Hey, I'm Guy.
I'm John.
It's our YouTube channel. Subscribe to it and give this video a like. Thank you.
Podcast below in the description. Subscribe to that as well.
We're presented by our friends, John, Tito's Handmade Vodka.
Yes, have yourself a Tito's soda this weekend.
Crafted to be savored responsibly. All right, John, Friday, August 13th, Friday the 13th, we got 3 games. Titans at Falcons. Bills at Lions. Cowboys at Cardinals. Anything of interest to you there?
Yeah, I saw Dan Campbell said, I will not wipe their butt. They have to wipe their own butts. So he's just got to start teaching some life lessons. And I do think Dan Campbell's going to get a lot of just love this year in just some of his highlight quotes.
He's got to win games.
Yeah, Arizona, Dallas. I just think Dak right now is easily one of the biggest stories in the league. Because honestly, I hate to say this. I'm not trying to bring up – I felt bad watching him on Hard Knocks. I know
if you're with
you
me.
said this. He's likable.
Oh.
No, I'm rooting for him. Everyone,
Same.
he just seems like a good guy. Honestly, the more and more, like, does it kind of feel Tommy John-ish? It just something's maybe really wrong.
Not great when you're on the phone with the Yankees and Rangers medical staffs.
Well, you know why? Because football players, what do they have? Their shoulders get sore. They rarely – remember how weird it was when Roethlisberger had to get Tommy John? That just doesn't happen to football players. And this Dak thing, that's weird, bro. Some weird's going on.
Such a likable guy. All right, so there's your Friday. There's your Friday games. On to Saturday. Miami at Chicago. You mentioned that. Tua. Do you know how much Tua's going to play? I mean, this is kind of a rookie year 2.0 for him. So that's of interest. That's like you said, that's the 10 a.m. That's the only 10 a.m. Pacific game. Then a 1 o'clock Denver at Minnesota. I wonder if we'll look back on this season, John, and think that we dismissed Denver a little bit too much coming into the year. Not as a playoff team, not as even a team that's interesting. I think we talked last year at the end of the year. They were one of the least interesting teams to watch in the league last year. I liked watching Jacksonville more. However, their defense is going to be pretty good. So they could just affect a lot of people over the course of the year because they might just be able to beat enough teams. Not that they're going to win 10 games, but Denver could just make things messy in their division and just in general with their schedule.
I typed in Tua, first thing that comes up. They must be having joint practices today against the Dolphins. Jalen Johnson picked off Tua in the end zone. That's just the first tweet that comes up when you search his name. The other thing I saw back to Miami,
they need Bears need Jalen Johnson to be good.
They love him. He is good. The Denver thing, like, they do have a quarterback, competition. I do think Drew Lock's going to win it. To the Miami thing, did you see Fitzpatrick did like a Q&A with Robert Mays, who writes for The Athletic? His quote last year when they told him, like, that week between the bye week after the Niners game, he thought Flores was fucking with him, and he laughed. He's like, I honestly thought it was a joke. The second thing I see when I typed in Tua was Chan Gailey, who I think got fired after last season. In his first public comments, he said to several reporters that he was in total shock that his superiors promoted Tua. Because it was Fitzpatrick. So are there going to be people in this? You're right. I don't think we're talking about Tua as much just because Fields, Lance, we have this whole new crew of guys. It's like Herbert's become a star. But, like, they're going to – if it's ugly, he will get talked about a lot.
Yeah. Especially if, Washington – I think Washington, they might take a step back because now they're playing, like, a better schedule than they played last year. But what if, Miami is – all of a sudden, I think their timeline got accelerated because they were almost a playoff team last year. What if Fitzpatrick's better than Tua again this year? And you go, well, for the big picture, you had to go to Tua. I get it, but did you leave wins on the table this year? Are they going to end up? Are they ending up with Deshaun in 2022 somehow?
Well, what are the chances that Tua Tagovailoa is as good as Ryan Fitzpatrick was in 2020? Seems slim to none.
Yeah. What were Fitzpatrick's numbers by the end of the year?
Wasn't
part of that Robert Mays article like? Fitzpatrick's not the guy he was 5 years ago. He's better.
I didn't read it, to be honest with you, beside the quote, but that quote was good. I thought it was a joke.
That's what Ron Burgundy said when they brought in what's her name, I think.
But we have seen
Christine
maybe
Applegate.
like different substance, or not substance. Like we have seen similar substance, just different quotes and stuff.
Yeah.
We've seen this happen with athletes before, where the start gets weird. You kind of replace someone that you probably shouldn't have in just all sports. And it never gets, the train never really gets on the tracks. And then ultimately, if you're good enough, it doesn't fucking matter. It just kind of feels like, is this guy good enough? That's my thing. Like, is this guy good enough?
It's not Fitz related. It's him related. Although, do you know what you want to guess Fitzpatrick's touchdowns, interceptions last year?
Yeah, probably it's not going to be as good.
13-8.
Yeah, it's not going to be as good.
Next up, game-wise on Saturday. Where did I lost my schedule here? I guess I can.
Cleveland, Jacksonville.
Cleveland, Jacksonville. Yes, please.
Yeah, I'll peek.
I mean, Urban is on the sidelines, John.
Yeah, Trent Baalke's his general manager.
Trent Baalke's team. New Orleans, Baltimore. Yeah, they're pretending that there's a quarterback competition in New Orleans. There's not, right? Because you actually need you need one of your quarterbacks to be like a receiver because you don't have Michael Thomas. It's weird.
Saw they had a healthy sit down though, those two, Peyton and Michael.
Oh, okay, but he's hurt, so who cares?
Well, I know, but just like getting back on the same page, like, you know, it was like, is they going to trade him? And then like dead cap was like $58 million. Like, yeah, it's not really an option. This isn't like you're kind of stuck. There is no, once you give a guy $65 million guaranteed, you can't just trade him year two. Like, that's part of the way the NFL works, right?
You have
in
to work things
basketball
out.
or baseball, when the contracts are just even every year and you don't have to give them all this upfront money, you can trade them at any moment. In football, like Cousins is a good example. Once you extend or give a huge contract, he's on your team, right? Or unless you just wave the white flag
Even
like the Eagles, and that's an all-timer, right?
Wentz.
Yeah, that's just like it doesn't behoove the Saints to trade Michael Thomas.
No Rashad Bateman for the Ravens. That's a disappointment. Their first-round receiver getting groin surgery. They're hoping he'll be ready week 1. Raiders, Monday Night Football. Monday Night Football. John, let's take a moment. Tell everybody about deck.com/ham. Free shipping on a great drawer system for your truck.
What about our friends at DraftKings? Download the DraftKings app, daily fantasy, promo code HAM when you do. Get in our league. I saw before we hopped on like a Roto World headline that said more realistic's like week 4. So to me, when you're already writing week 4, we talking like week 8 for this guy.
Groin surgery.
Yeah.
New York, John. Jets and Giants. Give me high fives. Nets and Knicks, I think, was the line. Anyway, Zach Wilson, baby. What more do you need to say?
Yeah, Daniel Jones. I followed his Instagram meme account, and it was like they had an open scrimmage, I think, at MetLife, the Giants, either within the last 3 or 4 days. And just a guy Instagrammed it like a fan and was like, Daniel Jones in midseason form. Guy, he throws, the linebacker dropped it, but like they're running routes. Linebacker's just in the middle of the field dropping back. Daniel Jones throws it right to the linebacker. And it's like, the linebacker dropped it, but oh my God. That could be bad, guy. Bad.
Well, Saquon's going to get hurt at some point, unfortunately, and it's going to be a mess.
But he might not. I mean, he was never really hurt till last year. But he's coming back up to his torn ACL. Wiggins. Kenny Wiggins starting.
Is there a dog in the house? Hoo. Brandon on YouTube says, can we do a segment where John tries to say groin after a few Tito's and sodas?
No. I don't see how you say it so seamlessly. And
I don't know. You just
groin. I just said it like you did.
Now you've started saying it faster. You've adapted. Say it again.
Groin.
Can you say it slowly?
Groin.
No, can you say it slowly?
Groin.
Yeah, Did you do speech therapy with that word?
It's just oin. Instead of going as growing.
Yeah.
Groin.
Oh, yeah. D'Anthony says no Elijah Moore for the Jets. Was looking forward to seeing him play. He's out with what was it? I think it was something semi-minor, but the reports had been, quad. A quad. He'd been good. To your point, Bengals Bucks, John, you were saying, it might take Joe Burrow a while. And then I saw somebody else point out, let's not forget, it wasn't just his ACL. It was his ACL, his MCL, and his PCL that he's coming back.
Didn't it happen like November 1st, too? It's not like it happened in August.
Texans, Packers, that's the leader in the clubhouse for game. Well, Jordan Love.
Jordan Love's playing the whole thing. Yeah, first half.
Seattle and Vegas. Somebody mentioned here on the YouTube chat, did you guys see that Breer said that Morig, the Raiders, the next in line of Raiders rookie safeties, is actually looked good. Maybe we finally drafted someone drafted well. So maybe that's what to watch for. Mariota.
Best case scenario, what if Jordan Love looks pretty awesome? Like he could become the next kind of what Jimmy G was, 3 or 4 years ago. Yeah. Just a guy that like other people, you just need a quarterback, and you don't want to trade like 3 first-rounders. Could you get him for like a 2 and a 3? Again, he'd have to be good. We don't.
And if you're only getting a 2, if he's good,
your whole what he even looks like.
If he's good, then you're keeping him and you're trading. Then the Rodgers thing is a thing.
You got options if he's good.
Los Angeles, John. No Stafford. Give me some Tutu Atwell. Is he playing?
It's a good question. Well, yeah, he probably will, because I saw Deshaun Jackson's had a really good camp, so I would imagine he's not going to play in the preseason. So Tutu Atwell probably starts.
Brandon Staley, can he lock down Sean McVay's offense?